Ace Nation, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Rise to Power 2021 was a great show and another night of knockdown, drag out affairs at Ace Pro Wrestling. Um, this time, unlike Awaken last month, they had the room was set up a little differently. Instead of having the wrestlers come come to the ring in the middle, they were like come they had the entrance set up in the corner rather than in the middle. I hope Ace does that from now on. Have it set up in the corner rather than in the middle. But yeah, the opening matchup we saw the Slam Burglar Rob Chase defeat He's Not Crazy Mike Anthony, Dr. Cool, and Johnny Chill in a four-way match to retain the Fight for Flight Championship. Next matchup, we saw the debuting Megan Mason defeat Tim Tamir or Timir. I apologize if I didn't say his name right. Um, hopefully, Megan Mason will be back at Ace in the future, and hopefully, there'll be more women there and have more women's matches. Next matchup, we saw Captain Emmett Payne, who debuted last month at Awaken. He defeated the military expert Romeo Castillo. Captain Emmett Payne, thus far undefeated since debuting in Ace. Then, in a very good matchup, Mr. All Day, Kenny Bengal, defeated Joey Ace. Then, in a very good matchup, Cade Lothbrock defeated Rob Vegas. And at that point, Cheyenne Ortiz will ring announce for the second month in a row. He pointed out that somebody had a birthday, and it was a girl named Adrian who had turned 9 years old, and Vince Steele brought over a cupcake with a candle on it and walked over, and the crowd sang happy birthday to her. And I think they had like a whole box full of cupcakes that was offered to almost everybody. At that point, they did go to intermission, and I ended up picking up wound up picking up this great T-shirt from the Jurassic Juggernaut Vince Steele. Of course, the previous Vince Steele T-shirt I had, Vince was actually wearing, and he only had these shirts had brought with him. He told me I could get on ProWrestlingTees.com. So Vince, I'll definitely order that one because I had gotten the other shirt which you were wearing at the time of intermission. I had told you I had bought a 2X, but it has since shrunk in the wash. So I'll definitely order that again. Okay. The show resumed, and we had a great singles matchup, which saw Josh Glide continue his winning ways as he defeated the lit superstar Sebastian Cage. Next up, we saw a match pitting the Shining Star Ray Kalitri as he defeated the Monkey King Daro or Taro. I apologize if I got his name wrong. Though the Monkey King had wrestled a caveman last month at Awaken. But Shining Star Ray Kalitri was victorious over the Monkey King Daro or Taro. Alright, then we had a triple threat match which saw the Brooklyn Outlaw or the Southside Knockout Mike Donovan defeat Bulldog Pittman and Love Jones. Next up, we see Cheyenne Ortiz introduces the Cha-Cha Juggernauts. Jurassic Juggernaut Vince Steele and his partner down Cha-Cha Charlie, who he usually teams up with down in the state of Florida for other promotions. And Steele mentioned about that Broly cost him a chance to be Ace Heavyweight Champion during the match with Alvin Alvarez. And Broly's out there, and Steele's telling Broly, you gotta get yourself a partner. So Broly goes to the curtain, and you hear him say, "Hey, hey!" And Broly comes back out with the caveman. And there were moments where, uh, what a rush. There were moments where Steel and Cha Cha and Charlie had everything going their way with Caveman, so Broly tagged himself in, and eventually the Caveman was pinned, enabling the Cha Cha Juggernaut to defeat Broly and Caveman. And after the match, Broly throws Caveman into the ring, and I forgot what he gave him like some kind of, I don't know if it was something like an F5. But then but then Vince Steele and Charlie come back in the ring, and Broly leaves the ring, and then Charlie and Vince, they help Caveman to his feet, and Caveman engaged in a little bit of cha-cha dancing or whatever kind of dance they were doing. Then it was time for the main event as the All-Father, Darius Carter, defeated Dominic De Niro in a great singles matchup to retain the Diamond Division Championship. Well, time for the personal notes. To my surprise, it was great seeing Stella, Novi, and Jeff, who I had not seen since probably 2019 or maybe early 2020. Great seeing Mike Morgan, Denise, Cheyenne Ortiz, John Harder, Christopher Shady Torres. Let's say Vince Steele, of course. Christopher, I forgot his last name. He usually frequents Pro Wrestling Magic. Wow, can't remember who else I can think of that I saw. We have a few memorable quotes. Primatine missed much? Me, when Cheyenne Ortiz had come out to start the show, and there was like smoke coming out by the curtain, and it looked like he had an inhaler in his hand. I don't know. Does anyone know if Primatine Mist even exists anymore? I won't say that 3 times fast either, folks. Union of Bra! This one fan who I think he frequents Pro Wrestling Magic, forgot his name. He said that to Captain Emmett Payne. Oh, there was a good-looking lady sitting right next to me in a denim jacket. There was also a good-looking lady in a pink hat who smiled at me right before, who smiled at me as she stood by where I was by my seat, just when she was about to record Rob Vegas's entrance to the ring. I forgot. It was great seeing Kenny and Sharon, not Ozzy Osbourne's Sharon. No return date was announced to the crowd, so I'm guessing Ace will not be back until 2022. What I would like to see at the very next Ace show is Bulldog Pittman one-on-one with Mike Donovan, because I know that was the originally set for the show, but they added Love Jones for a triple threat matchup. I know there's still no tag team champions in Ace right now, but I was thinking if Dominic De Niro, who had a singles match with Darius Carter, De Niro is one half of the East Coast Syndicate with his partner Chris Barton, who I met way before he was a wrestler. That they'd be good for Ace, I think, to get their tag team division going again. And while we're at it, how about Alex Ryman and Steve Off, the American Murder Society, who've been Pro Wrestling Magic tag team champions, and there's probably a few other good teams I can't really name and remember right off the bat. Oh, what a rush. Oh, what a rush. Oh, what a rush. Cade Lothbrock and Rob Vegas, I think, really had a really good matchup. Of course, it wasn't the first time they faced each other 1-on-1. Oh, actually, also next to Ace show, whenever it ends up being, I would like to finally see Jurassic Juggernaut Vince Steele 1-on-1 with the Saint of Brutality Broly, or Brawly, as everyone else is saying. Almost everybody else says Brawly. I say Broly. Wonder what's going to happen with if Alvin Alvarez, the heavyweight champion, if he'll show up at the next show or not. Let's see here. Stella, I hope you, Novi, and Jeff got home safe and sound. Because, I didn't see the three of you after the show ended, and I waited outside for my Lyft ride to show up, and I didn't see he's out there, so maybe he's walked to the bus stop as quickly as you could. What else can I say about this? Well, crowd wasn't as big as last month's Awaken show. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, they were still selling the empanadas at the shows. I don't know. I don't know if Mike Morgan himself makes them or orders them from somewhere. Probably have some of them next day's show. Man, the crowd, they really seem to enjoy the show. They were really into it and all. Man. Oh, well, I'll say this, Ace. Well, actually, Mike Morgan. If you do run in January, are you gonna? I hope you title it Redemption, because that's usually the show title in January. February is normally Hero Celebration, which would be the Mike Morgan Jr. tribute show. I don't know, Ace. If you guys would ever consider, once football goes into the books, if you guys would consider running a show on a Sunday. Because I remember my late friend, Paul, give it to him, Rose. I remember many times we would be on the phone and Paul would say to me, wow, why don't these promotions, everybody wants to run on a Saturday. Why don't they try a Friday or a Sunday? I say this, because I don't mind doing seeing an indie show on a Sunday, but I don't do Sunday shows during football season. Especially I would do a Sunday show like 1 week after the Super Bowl goes into the books. Hey, I don't know, Mike Morgan, I don't know if you would consider try bringing back Indie Mania around WrestleMania time in April. I don't know what promotion, aside from Pro Wrestling Magic, what other promotions you would want to work. Well, what am I saying? Pro Wrestling Magic and NYWC, any other promotions you might want to try to work together for a big joint event. If you thought of doing another Indie Mania. I know this may come out as an odd question, but is William Wyeth done with wrestling? I did have him on my drawing board, which I still have with me, by the way. I wrote one time, Wyeth is Mr. Ace. because he's been was with the company for so many years throughout the years. Uh, would hope for I don't know he'll be if he is done or not. Uh, wow. Oh, another team that would be good for tag teams. Bear Country, who actually tonight won the WrestlePro Tag Team Championship at their show in Rahway. That's Bear Bronson and I forgot the other guy's name. Bear something, but yeah, that'd be a good team, and they've also been part of AEW in the past on Dark or Elevation. Whew, what else can I think of, man? I mean, hopefully you'll bring have some more good stuff, Mike Morgan. I mean, like I said, if since you're not gonna look like you're not gonna run in December or so, you got time to regroup, and you know you'll have a full-fledged calendar year, with 2022 on the about is coming up. So I would say this Ace Pro Wrestling, another great show. Not as good as Awaken last month, but hopefully there'll be some great things coming along.